All right, so let's look at this place. Start on the inside. So the outside of the building is vinyl siding, and it doesn't look that old. The roof is metal, which is good. A lot of these windows look like they were updated at some point. You can see that the air conditioning, I think they have a central air system in here, but I think it's probably too old and needs to be replaced because they've got all the vents in the floor, but it just doesn't appear that they're using it. Nice deck, it's nice and strong. Just looks old, needs a pressure wash and some paint. Vinyl siding looks pretty fine. Okay, there's the unit. So that's why this thing's dead and it needs to be replaced. So the electrical looks okay. The windows look okay, they're storm windows. Foundation looks solid. You got a crawl space underneath. You can see the screens have to be replaced. Let's go look at here. Okay, so you got all the venting under there. Looks like it's in good shape. So more than likely you could just put a new unit outside for about 12 or 13 grand. And now you have central air. And then you come around the backside, they've got twin propane tanks. I suspect one goes to the house, one goes to the building, because I see a big fan up there. So you can see the back side of the house looks okay. Foundation looks good. There's your propane line coming in. Got a water line. The old windows, which are wood, just standard. Vinyl siding looks a couple little chips, but nothing too scary. Trees that should be removed from the side of the house. And can we get through this gate? Yep, we can. And back around the other side. Now let's go inside. 2 mailboxes, don't quite get that. Swing on the front porch, that's cute. And, you know, old things like lights and fixtures have to be replaced. Inside, this is a polished concrete floor. This room is probably 16 by 22 or so. It looks like it was a carport. Get rid of the mirrors, get rid of all that stuff. Take those down, get rid of these lights, scrape the ceiling, get rid of all the paneling, get rid of all the wood, and then just re-sheetrock this place. Be a beautiful room. Here's your back room. Again, sheetrock this, plumbing for your laundry, and then probably make this a nice pantry area. Get rid of the ramp. You have about a 16-inch drop here. See, there's your vents. There's your vents. So we know there's an HVAC system in this physically structured. Here's your living room. Here's your, your kitchen. Here's your eating area. Paneling. Ceiling fan. And you can see here. So at some point, so they've replaced that with LEDs, which is kind of cute. So at some point, here's your sink, which looked out the window onto the carport. So you could redo this. But you can see some of these cabinet things are really old. And probably what I would do, honestly, is I'd just throw it all away. Unfortunately. Because by the time you start Mickey Mousing this, you'll just want to redo it anyway. So you could certainly open up this wall and take this out and just put a beam across there. So this could be open to the lower level, but you're still going to have that step down. So I don't know if you'd want to do that. Come in here into the living room. So you've got some type of a fake parquet. Have 8-foot ceilings, give or take. Lots of smoke stain, carpet that's got to go, front door that's got to be worked on. There's your second heating system. This is one of the bedrooms. Ceiling fan, gonna have to replace that. An okay sized closet. Actually a pretty good sized closet. Like 5 feet. So this bedroom's about a 12 by 12. Then you got a laundry. And then you have a bathroom, which really needs some work. You can see that the back needs to be done. The toilet's right here as soon as you open the door. Then you got a big gap, which you kind of scratch your head and say, why? And then you come around here and you've got a small little tiny sink, a mirror, and a place to store stuff. So I don't know, this would probably be a gut job for somebody. There's your return. There's another small bedroom. It's about a 10 by 10, 10 by 11. With a little closet. And then a little bigger one. And this is probably a 12, 13, maybe a 14 by 12 with 2 closets, one there, and then your electrical. Okay, and you can see the electrical needs a little bit of TLC. So not horrible, but definitely needs some work. And then the final thing is, how does he get his truck in here? Because you can see, so he's looking at the buildings there. Now here's the driveway. It's a concrete driveway, which is really nice. And they do have a swale at the end of the driveway. So it might be possible for him to swing wide to bring a tractor trailer up here. But then when you get up here, then where do you go? Because you can see here's my car. You got a carport here. I would imagine that's probably your land down there. So it might be possible to basically put in a crushed stone area there where you could just drive down the road and back in and just park the truck right there facing out on the road, and then you can just turn left and head down the road. So that's very viable. Here's this little shed. So lots of little storage things here. Oh, that's your well. Well, that's a disabled well. So I'm not sure what this room's all about, just a storage room of some type. So I would imagine they probably have town water, and then they probably have a well for irrigation. Okay, let's see what we got in here. Okay, so this is a nice shed. Let's make a great shed for chickens. So it's got power out here, I think. Well, it's got some Mickey Mouse power. Oh, maybe it doesn't. I don't know what it's got. I don't know where the power is. So probably have to drag power out here. This building's gonna need a little bit of loving. You got another one here, this side of the building. Okay, so more, another chicken area. Again, they got, oh, here's the power. Okay, so we got a power box here. Power going into the ground. That's a UAG cable, underground cable. I turn on the thing. Okay, so it doesn't look like we have power working. Might just be a cut line, or maybe it's just turned off from the house. Come on, baby, let's go. Get in there. And then you have another one over here. So lots of buildings. They got a light on during the day. Sorry, don't pull out. This is the slide. Oh, nice big building. And this could make a great paddock for horses. Not too big of horses, but you could open up these sides to the horses. Got a nice double vent system. Got a little tack room. So at some point, I'm guessing this was probably for something like that. So this is kind of nice. There's power over here too. I mean, it was plugs. So I can imagine there's power somewhere. See if anything turns on. No, nothing's turning on. So I don't quite know what's going on with the power. All right, another little thing there. So it's definitely got some power issues. You can see here some undercover areas. And then you got another storage area, so tons and tons of storage. And again, lots more power, but someone's gonna have to come clean this up. Lots of beehives. And then you got a neighbor here, which this you can see is fenced off. The back side of the building. So it might be a really nice area for animals. Seems to be well laid out. And again, we're back to where we started. So there you go.